Jon Snow, let's go! Just got home. I will only talk about changes that affect or might affect us somehow. For a complete breakdown, you can go watch Rob, Nick, Quinn, or someone else. I try to stay pragmatic. We got a unique item, Eagle Horn. Sounds fancy, sounds good. We don't care though. New legendary aspects, Audacity. When there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for up to 4 seconds. This can only occur once every 20 seconds. We already have enough crowd control. 20 seconds is also pretty long. Craven, mobility aspect. You gain up to 40% increased movement speed when moving away from slowed or chilled enemies. Sounds cool to speed farm together with our unique penitent boots. So there is an offensive rogue aspect, pestilent points. Every third cast of puncture is poison imbued with 100 up to 150 of normal potency. This is actually something I badly wanna try. Don't know what offensive aspect to replace though. So we also have general fixes like fix an issue where monsters with a cold, bleeding, burning or corruption affix would freeze players in one hit in nightmare dungeons with the cold enchanted affix. Fixed an issue where a cold enchanted monster throws players more often than intended in higher wall tiers. We should be happy about this. I often have runs where I get chain CC'd for at least 5 seconds. All the leveling related stuff and all the experience. All I can say is I enjoy leveling. I'm not gonna speedrun anything and enjoy leveling the way it is. Then we have Helltide changes. It's an endgame activity, I hate it. I don't know what to think about it. I heard people complaining for obvious reasons. So in the end, I don't really mind, but I understand Blizzard's decision to make endgame content more difficult. Okay, this is probably the most important stuff. We have a lot of changes that do not affect the poison build. I'm not gonna talk about them. Stealth duration increased from 4 to 5 seconds. It is great. 25% increase allows me to maybe reduce movement speed in a skill tree. Then we have Enhanced Shroud, do not be consumed, increased to 14%. Well, that's great. Passives, Siphoning Strikes, also requires a lucky hit chance of 75%. This is the biggest nerf, uncontested. We gotta work around that. Time will tell, but that's huge. We cannot just engage 500 monsters with elites and spin our daggers watching Netflix. We have the combat glyph adjusted. It now affects all damage instead of just core skills. It could have a nice effect on puncture, I guess. We will see. Better than nothing. Eldritch Bounty legendary note went from 6 to 9 seconds. Was that needed? I don't think so, but we got 50% for whatever reasons. Let's enjoy. And also you get some percentage on poison resistance. There is so much to talk about. I don't want to underrate all the changes. I just don't have time to test. So from all the legendary aspect changes, we are gonna look for actually nothing except for the new aspect, imbuement on puncture as mentioned already. So this is not interesting at all for me. We have general changes that affect all classes. Disobedience is a big nerf, still necessary, there is nothing else to it. We have weapon nerfs. So we have Dex nerf on weapons. Since I played without Dex, I do not really care. I still prefer all stats. Cooldown reduction, we still don't care, just feeling bad for other classes. We have Imbuement skill-down reduction, Trap skill-down reduction. We didn't go for Imbuement cooldown reduction affixes. We reset with Bursting Venom, so whatever. And Trap skill-down reduction. Whatever. Critical strike damage has been reduced by 17%. Critical strike damage with imbued skills also reduced by 17%. Poison will still perform since we are not scaling with critical strike damage. And we also will go for 2 daggers in future. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40%. They apparently went super crazy on vulnerable damage. It is a huge nerf, but still has a lot of value. We have critical strike damage nerfs on swords. As mentioned, 2 daggers, guys. Not gonna wield swords anymore. Vulnerable damage on crossbows we reduced by 65%. Well, bows are useless and we will still go for crossbows. Damage to crowd controlled enemies reduced by 30%. Overall damage has been reduced. What else can I say? This is funny. Damage to frozen enemies increased by 20%. I replaced penitence, so I won't benefit from it. At the end, they list tons of increased stats, which people apparently don't care about, even though they're pretty nice. We have 25% on poison damage, 25% on dual-wielded weapons, cutthroat, 25% imbued skill, imbuement skill damage, even by 33%. Community goes insane, even though we needed a boost to the endgame content. I expected higher tier dungeons, not a nerf to damage and damage reduction, but well, this is it. Total armor was reduced by 30%. There you go. Damage from close, distant, poisoned enemies, etc. Got a huge nerf. How do we compensate? Hopefully with the new gems, better gear and practice. Evading enemies is often underrated, do not forget. I'm gonna enjoy Season as a rogue. As mentioned previously, I feel bad for barbs and mages. I will enjoy leveling, not gonna speed level. Enjoy the new dungeons and equip my rogue. And as usual, upload T100 runs. What did I wish for in this patch? Uber uniques, drop rate, weekly increasing in season. for example. Maybe reworked unique items, they are all terrible. Aspect search bar and stashes, and Barb's mage buffs. I would also like to talk about the new gems, but I will do so in a coming video. That's it.